I am Nishu, and today I am going to explain you all three important crosses, three important definitions which play a very important role in the study of genetics. In my last video, we have discussed about your monohybrid cross, inheritance of gene, and I told you that how Mendel selected tall plant and a dwarf plant and crossed it, and how did he obtain F1 generation and F2 generation. How did he obtain the ratios 1:2:1 and 3:1. All these things we have discussed till yet. And now today I am going to proceed a little ahead of that topic, the same topic, to prove that how your monohybrid cross is proving the law of dominance, law of segregation and different principles over there. If you remember, I told you that Mendel got confused while after getting the result that where did the recessive gene went away. So today, in this different type of crosses which we are going to discuss now, it will be proved that how we can experimentally find out about the recessive gene. How it can be proved that recessive genes are not lost, but they are present in the body in a hidden condition. And various types of questions, various types of numericals can be solved on this basis. Various types of questions can be solved according to these crosses. And these are very important for the competitive point of view. So today I am going to discuss about the three important definitions, the three important crosses. And these three crosses are your back cross, reciprocal cross and test cross. So I will be starting with back cross. Now what do you mean by back cross? One step back. Now what did Mendel do in his experiment? In general, he cross-pollinated a tall plant with a dwarf plant. He took a pea plant with a character height and he took two traits from it, a tall trait and a dwarf trait. And then he cross-pollinated these two plants to each other. And in F1 generation, he obtained impure, or we can say hybrid tall plants. And these hybrid tall plants which were obtained in the first generation, F1 generation, will be applied here for the back cross. We will be using that F1 generation progeny to find out the back cross. We will be here again be in a state of position to know the answer to the question that where did the recessive gene went away. So by the back cross, by the test cross and by the reciprocal cross, different answers to the different questions can be obtained. So I am starting with back cross. So first let us know that what is back cross. When a F1 individual, this is here I have made a set. Now capital T is a tall plant and small t is a dwarf plant. This is tall plant and this one is dwarf plant. So from a tall and dwarf, this is homozygous dwarf, homozygous tall, and in F1 generation your heterozygous tall was obtained, hybrid progeny was obtained, hybrid tall plant was obtained. So when a F1 individual is crossed, this F1 individual is crossed with either of any of two parent is called as back cross. Now the line which is very important over here is that when a F1 individual is being crossed with either of any two of the parents, any two of the parent, either the parent is tall or the parent is dwarf. So either of any one of it, when this F1 progeny is being crossed with any one of the parent, then the cross type is called as back cross. Hope you can understand that this capital T and small t can be crossed with any one of the parent. So here this arrow representation is there that this F1 progeny is being crossed with the tall plant. And you can see that this is the another arrow representation where your F1 generation, capital T small t, hybrid tall plant is being crossed with the recessive dwarf plant with the small t and small t. So on one side the generation 1 progeny can be crossed with dominant tall, and on other side the progeny generation can be crossed with the recessive parent. So this is what your back cross is means over here, that any one of the parent can be crossed with the progeny of F1 generation. This is what your back cross is. Now this back cross is divided into two crosses, two types, and these two types are out cross and test cross. Now very simple to understand that when your F1 progeny hybrid tall plant is being crossed with the dominant tall, this type of cross is called as out cross. When your progeny F1 generation is being crossed with dominant parent, dominant tall plant, then this cross is called as out cross. And if the progeny of F1 generation is being crossed with the recessive parent, that means dwarf plant, short heighted plant, then this type of cross is called as test cross. Hope the difference is clear with this diagram, with this representation, that when your progeny 1 is being crossed with the dominant parent, then it is called as out cross, and when the progeny of F1 generation is being crossed with the recessive parent, then it is test cross. Now always remember that when your F1 generation progeny is being crossed with dominant plant, dominant parent, always the progeny from this cross which will be obtained will all be having dominant character. This is what has been written, and I will show you now also that how it is going to be proved. That what is outcross? When a F1 individual is being crossed with dominant parent. So this F1 generation plant is being crossed with the dominant parent. Generation obtained from this type of cross all possesses dominant character. How? It means that after crossing this, the generations which we will be obtaining in that generation all will be tall plant. So here you can see that when these two plants, parent plants of dominant and recessive are being crossed, we are obtaining F1 generation. Similarly, if I cross according to the outcross method, if I am crossing capital T, the dominant tall plant with your F1 generation, capital T and small t, I am crossing this too. So what I will be getting? According to the, you can make it as a checker box also. I am making it in a checker box, your Punnett square box. If this is your Punnett square box, then here on one side you write capital T, on the other side you mention capital T small c. So what are the gametes which we are going to get over here? We are going to get capital T, capital T, capital T, capital T. We are going to get here your capital T small t, and we are going to get capital T small t. So what we are getting? Your capital T also belongs to tall, and capital T small t also belong to tall. I am not talking about here your pure variety and hybrid variety. I am talking about the character tallness. So what did I say? That generation obtained from this type of cross, your all the progeny will be obtaining dominant character. So can you understand this? That all the progeny obtained are dominant. They are tall. The genotype will be this only. Either the genotype for the tallness will be pure, capital T, or it will be hybrid, capital T small t. Whatever it is, the plant is tall only. So the characters which are obtained in the progeny will be dominant. So hope this point is clear to you all. Now if I take another example of your test cross. So what did I say? What is test cross? When F1 generation progeny is being crossed with the small t, it means recessive. So if I make a cross with this, then what we are getting? capital T small t is crossed with small t small t. So I am going to make a Punnett square. So what is the Punnett square over here? If I place here on one side capital T small t and on other side if I place small t, so what will I getting? What will I be getting? I will be getting your capital T small t, capital T small t, small t. So what is there? How many we are getting it? Capital T small t, I am getting 2. Small t, I am getting 2. So it means the progeny which is obtained by the test cross is 50%. The chances of obtaining your recessive gene in this generation, further generation, is 50% chances. So by the test cross, I hope by this you can understand that this was the point which made the experiment and which made the confusion of Mendel cleared, that here where did the recessive gene went away? It got the environment in this type of cross. So if the gene was present, then only the recessive gene can be expressed in the future generations. So here your 50% chances was there for the recessive gene to get appeared. It proved that recessive gene was not lost, but it came into existence only after getting a proper environment. Rest I am going to explain this cross in a detail little later. But this is what it is very important, and test cross is very important for the competitive point of view. So back cross and reciprocal cross is okay, but your test cross is very important for the competitive point of view, for solving different type of questions for the board purpose and for the competitive purpose. Now I will be moving to the second type of cross, that is your reciprocal cross. Now what do you mean by reciprocal? Reciprocal means something which is reversed. So here in this type of cross, we are going to reverse the sexes. So in this type of reciprocal cross, the sexes of the parent is being reversed. Sexes of the parent is being reversed. Now what is the parent? Parent is male and female. So to explain you all, I have drawn here two different type of crosses. In the first cross, I have taken male as a dominant and female as recessive. And in the second case, I have taken female as a dominant and male as a recessive. By the cross only it is clear that sexes are being reversed. Male was dominant here, and here I have taken female as dominant in the second cross. So sexes are being reversed over here. But the answer we are not going to get changed over here. Answer will be same. But sexes we are going to cross, when we are going to reverse this, we are going to change it, opposite the sexes. So in this type of crosses, reciprocal cross, the sexes of the parent is being reversed. So in the first example, male parent is dominant and the female parent is recessive. So for the male capital T and for the female recessive small t, and in F1 generation we are getting your capital T small t and all are tall. All the in the second type of cross even I have changed what I have changed? I have changed the sexes. I have taken female as a dominant and male as a recessive, as well as here your male was dominant having capital T. Here as I have taken female as dominant, so capital T is for female and small t is for male recessive. But answer in the progeny we are getting your F1 generation is tall, all will be tall. Now why this is done over here, why this type of reciprocal cross is being explained to you all? Because it is not necessary that always the characters are being inherited from the father, from the male parent. Sometimes the maternal characters are also being transferred, also being inherited from one generation to the another generation. So that is why such type of crosses are also possible. Such type of reciprocal crosses are also possible, where some of the characters are being inherited from the mother side, from the maternal side. Hence, this is clear to you all. And now I'll be moving to the most important part, most important cross, which is your test cross. And I told you that this is very, very, very important for your competitive point of view, for the board point of view, and for solving many type of genetical calculation questions. Now, this is the third type of cross which we have discussed earlier while explaining back cross, that what was your test cross. So I told you what is test cross. Test cross is a type of cross in which F1 progeny is being crossed with the recessive parent. So there I have crossed the plant having the character, having the trait height. That means in the F1 generation, the progeny obtained was heterozygous tall, and that heterozygous tall was being crossed with the recessive dwarf plant. So that was your test cross in that case. But here in this part, I will be explaining by taking the example of a flower. Now here in this part, we are going to discuss by taking an example of a flower in a pea plant, and you know that Mendel has taken one of the character flower also, and this example has been taken from your NCERT book, page number 75, and it is very important for the exam purpose. So here I will be taking this example. Now what is there? Theoretically it is mentioned that when F1 individual is crossed with recessive trait. So test cross is a type of cross in which F1 progeny is being crossed with the recessive trait parent of a parent generation. And then second point is, in test cross, phenotypic and genotypic ratio are same. This I will be proving after explaining this calculation. And then the next point is that the test crop helps to find out genotype of dominant phenotype individual. This is very important to understand that what is for test cross. Test cross is being done to find out the genotype. What we are going to find out? We are going to find out the genotype, the genes responsible for what? Of a dominant phenotype. Of a dominant phenotype. Phenotype is the character which is expressed. So for that expressed dominant character, what are the genes responsible? Which are the genes responsible? We are going to find out with the help of test cross. This is very important line. This is very important line. Phenotypic and genotypic ratio in case of test cross is always same. Then your test cross is done to find out genotype of dominant phenotype individual. This is also what, and that only I am going to explain here with this calculation. Now here what is here, what Mendel has tried to explain, and what according to NCERT page number 75 it is, that here you can see that I have taken homozygous recessive parent. Homozygous recessive parent I have taken, and this homozygous recessive parent is white in color. And which trait I have taken? Flower. White flower has been mentioned in the book. So white flower, and this is also on one side I am taking white flower. White flower, I am taking this. Now what is here, that the dominant phenotype and the genes are unknown to it. I am not knowing that what are the genes for the dominant phenotype. And what will be the dominant phenotype of a recessive part? The recessive is white color flower. And what will be the dominant? So dominant will be purple flower, violet flower. So dominant is violet flower. What is the dominant phenotype? The dominant phenotype is violet flower, and the recessive is your white flower. And the genes responsible for this violet, it is unknown, we are not knowing. So there are two possibilities of the genotype over here for this violet flower. Dominant, because violet is expressed from far, we can see that color. So violet is a dominant color. So two type of genes can be framed from the violet color, and that are, your one can be framed capital W and capital W for violet color. This one genotype can be possible, and for the other it can be your this capital W and small w. You all know now, as simple, capital T and capital T was dominant tall or capital T and small t was also a dominant tall. I'm not talking here about pure and impure, hybrid and pure. I'm not discussing about that. I'm only talking about the character. So for the height, capital T and capital T and small t is also a tall. So for a height, this is the genotype. So it is very simple when I am talking about the height. So I can take a genotype for a violet flower even. So for a violet flower also there can be two possibilities of genotype. One can be capital W and capital W. It will be also a violet, and the other can be capital W and small w. This can also be a violet. So that only these two possibilities have been taken here to explain you the recessive cross. Now here if I am crossing with the to find out why this is done to know that which dominant gene is present in the offspring, that which dominant phenotype is being present in the offspring. So to know that, to get the answer to the question that which dominant phenotype, that which genotype is present for the dominant phenotype, your cross is being made with the recessive parent. So here your capital W and your recessive gene for the white is small w and small w. So by the checkerboard, by the Punnett square, male and female plant, I have mentioned capital W, this capital W on the top side, and small w, this recessive part on this side, and I have made a cross. And what did I make? After the result which I obtained was capital W and small w for this, capital W, small w for this, capital W and small w for this, capital W and small w for this. So what did we obtain? We obtained capital W and small w for all the 4 progeny plants. So here all the flowers were violet. I am not talking about homozygous and heterozygous, but all the flowers were violet. And according to the result, according to the conclusion, it was said that all the flowers, the genotype which was unknown, they are homozygous dominant. So this is your all flowers are violet, which we obtained by the genotype your capital W when it was crossed with small w and small w. Now if I am moving on the other side to know the actual test cross. I am not talking about this, I am talking about this now. This is very important to know. This is actual the test cross over here. Now what is the second type? It is heterozygous, that is capital W and small w. Capital W and small w is a F1 progeny generation. We are getting this one, and this gene I am writing it over here, but Mendel was not knowing until and it is not possible also for us to enter into the plant to know the genes, that which type of genes are present in them, but by the calculation it can be done. So here for that your capital W and small w is your genotype taken, and small w is the recessive, and similarly the cross is made, and what did we get? Capital W and small w, your small w and small w, capital W and this small w and small w. So what did you find over here? We find that there were two violet color, and there were two white color. So half of the flowers were violet and half of the flowers were white. They were all heterozygous. So here this is heterozygous, Capital W and small w is different from small w and small w. So all the offsprings which were obtained, they were heterozygous. And your capital W and small w and small w, both the type of genotype was obtained in this case. Now this is proved that how we are making the first point, cross, that F1 generation is being crossed with the recessive parent. Now I told you that in test cross, phenotype and genotypic ratio are same. How? It is obvious. How many plants did we get? Half plants were violet and half plants were white. Is it clear? So half. So if I am taking, how many plants did we get? Violet color here, heterozygous violet, we got 2. And how many plants in white? We got 2. So this was white and this was violet. So 2 and 2 we obtained over here. So what is the ratio which we will be getting? We will be getting 1:1. So is this the ratio according to genotype? This is your 1:1. So if it is asked that what is the genotypic ratio, if I talk about genotypic ratio in case of test cross, then it is 1:1 according to genes. Capital W, small w, capital W, small w, and small w, small w, small w, it is 2. So ratio we are getting 2, 1:1. So genotypic ratio is 1:1. And when I talk about phenotypic ratio, then also half of the plant is violet and half of the plant is white. So 2:2, 1. Here also how many violet did we get? Violet we get 2. And how many white did we get? We get 2. So 2:2 is equal to 1:1. So phenotypic ratio is also your 1:1. Hope this is clear to you all, and this is very important for the competitive, calculative and every type of board point, competitive point. This ratios are very important to understand, which calculative part I will also be discussing in my later part of the video. But first I'll be finishing the principles of inheritance, the different principles which was framed by Mendel, and many other topics, dihybrid crosses there, and then I'll be doing the calculative part. But here I hope this is clear to you that the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio is same during the test cross, and hope this point, third point, is also clear to you that test cross was done to find out genotype of dominant phenotype individual. So is it clear? The dominant phenotype, the gene was not known for the dominant phenotype, and for this a test cross was performed. So this is all what I wanted to tell you all regarding the 3 different type of crosses: back cross, reciprocal cross and test cross. And this is a very important part of the genetics, and hope this is all clear to you all. Thank you.